Alright, I'm back. And I apologize for not streaming our last 2 days. But I've been sick lately, with a minor case of a cold, and some really bad headaches. On top of that, I've been having to do some other IRL stuff, but should be fine now. And man, that's cool, but I don't see any point. I normally don't sleep in any of these playthroughs. But not to make excuses, it's just that as soon as I got home, I passed out. And the only reason why I'm able to stream right now, really late in the night, is just because I slept for like 6 hours. Not 6 hours straight. I had to keep waking up every 2 hours just to pee. Been having a hard time retaining water for some reason. But anyways, I did upload last week's stream VODs onto my YouTube. I just have not tweeted it. And yeah. Overall, I've just not been feeling very well. Could be a combination of factors. Going back to getting on to the keto diet and the keto flu. Some people get what's called the keto flu, and it's essentially just some of the same symptoms you would get from being or having a cold. Hey, I just realized something. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Ooh, okay. That doesn't look like I can make armor-piercing rounds, apparently. No, okay. That's cool that I can make rockets using the reloading bench like that. No promises, but I'm going to try to do another stream after this one tonight, or later on tonight. just to make up for the lack of streams lately. I've been able to break two plateaus, one for pulling workouts and one for legs, but I was disappointed earlier today. Or sorry, yesterday I should say, because it's after midnight. I was disappointed that I couldn't break my bench press PR or plateau. Thing is though, whenever I make my scapular muscles sore and my forearm muscles fatigued, it causes me to not be able to do the workout properly, and not only that though, but just not be strong enough to do the workout to break my plateau. So I'm hoping that next time I do the workout, I'll break the PR. I mean, sorry, break the plateau and get a new PR. These warheads. Kind of. No, never mind. Also, let's do this. Things overall have been hectic, and it's mostly due to other people coming and going. Well, mostly going, I should say. At work, at place I live in, things of that nature. Nice. I was just there, wasn't I? Yes. Yes, I was. Okay.
You're back online. Listen to me, Eddie. If you stay here, they'll dismantle you for parts. You have to go now. I've uploaded destination coordinates for our outpost in Navarro into your system. I want you to go to the Enclave there, okay? Do you understand me? It's gonna be a long journey, my little friend. You'll have to fly very far and fly very fast. Can you do that? I know you can. Be careful out there, Eddie. Maybe I'll see you again someday.
Nearly there. Just 9 more levels, and then I'll be at the level cap. Let's see what now. Your smile looks like the missile. Clear blast. So it's basically a chainsaw that's mounted onto power fists. Okay, that's pretty useful actually, especially if it ignores damage threshold, which is basically the biggest issue that I'm coming across with these a lot of these enemies. Is just the armor that they wear, or not necessarily the armor. They're high damage threshold. Can't really punch through it without armor penetration rounds, which I normally don't have. It just exploded anyways. I didn't have to use any of my charges for implant GRX. It's my bad. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Sometimes I just can't be bothered. Just gotta kill him fast.
Hopeville, High Road, Ashton, tiny cracks in the earth, nothing compared to the road carved ahead. Before you, this is the edge of the divide. Ahead lies your work, the history you burned in the earth, what you brought to the people here. You delivered a package, had markings that matched those in the divide. Not all, but enough. Military markings from someplace the bear had savaged in the west. Maybe seeing those markings on it reminded you of home, made you carry it. It was a device, a detonator, one I'd never seen before, or heard before. You carried that thing to the divide. I know because I followed you as you walked the road, watched you do it. You brought it here, to the community you built, and you are responsible for what happened after, when the device opened, started to speak. When it did, the divide answered back. Those missiles you've seen, buried in their silos. They exploded beneath the ground, cracked the landscape. Sand, ash, the dead. The divide skies became a graveyard.
Something I don't understand about the story or the plot of this add-on is that it assumes that the player, or rather the courier, the player character, did all these things that Ulysses, or Ulysses, however you pronounce that name, accuses the courier of doing, right? but the player themselves have been assuming the role of the courier. So, and there's no evidence of any of this happening in the past. Not even back in Goodsprings. So, I don't know. I can't help but feel like I really don't care about any of the events that led up to what caused the divide to be the way it is, just because I, as the player, have not personally experienced it. I did not personally cause it. It just feels out of, not out of place, more like the accusations are misdirected. But that's just my opinion. Like, dude, you're literally blaming me for something that the character I'm playing as did, not me as, not myself as the player. So why should I care? And again, there's no evidence of such things in the vanilla game or any of the other add-ons. So, I don't know. It's just hard for me to care.
Should have died there. But now that I know you live, the machines here saved me. I was the only survivor, or thought I was. Your package, the message inside, awoke medical machines, close to the one that shadows you, began to build themselves. Then others. They only take what parts they find in the divide, never roam beyond it. Can't even leave the silos without a human to shadow. Like hounds. Maybe they saw the flag on my jacket, thought I was of America. If so, history saved me. A sign.
Again, you're accusing me of doing something I personally didn't cause. And again, and all the gameplay that has led up to this point, there's been no evidence of such things happening. Or rather, no evidence that suggests I, the courier, have done any of this. I guess what it comes down to is, where's your proof, man? You're saying I did this and that, but there's no, again, there's no evidence you're showing me. You're literally just talking through an iBot, and you expect me to take your word for it, especially if the courier themselves, through the dialogue choices I've been picking, suggest that even the courier doesn't remember any of this stuff, possibly assuming that the courier didn't do any of this stuff. I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, why am I having to ask what I did as the courier?
Machinery. Simple on the outside. Computer parts. Inside. More complicated. Was the only time I'd heard a machine speak in the divide. The only machine with a voice.
Yeah, if I had to ask why did I do this and that, there's a pretty good chance that I personally did not do any of this, even if I was to roleplay as a courier.
I've walked the east. You've walked the west. More than I have. Circle Junction, Reno, Vault City. Word a few at Fort Aradesh. Fort abandoned. Even further west than that. Brahmin drives on the big circle. Whatever you saw out there wasn't enough to make you stay. Maybe the markings on the package reminded you of the road home.
Yeah, again, references to the past of Courier 6, your past. Not necessarily. Again, there's no evidence of this before the add-on, right? Before the Lonesome Road add-on. There's no evidence in any of this being the case. And Dead Money, Old World Blues, or Honest Hearts. There's no evidence of any of this either in Goodsprings, and as far as the player is aware, the Courier 6 that they play as has only ever explored and traveled through the Mojave Wasteland and Nevada. That's only one state in the west of the states of the US. He's saying that the Courier 6 anyways that we play as has traveled to California, to the original location, I think the headquarters as well of the NCR, as well as other places. Now, granted, in honest hearts, sure, we've also traveled to Utah, but besides that, though, I mean, Utah and Nevada have been the only locations, or states, I should say, only parts of the west of the US that the player themselves have explored. So again, none of this really works. I don't really feel like I'm responsible for any of this, despite everything he's been telling me. And I couldn't care less because of it. Yeah, I'm not responsible for this. There's no way I could have known, especially since, as it's made pretty obvious that they don't know. Courier anyways, as well as the player.
If you had been there when it happened, if you had seen the divide break, you would know it. You carry death wherever you go. If the Mojave doesn't know it yet, it will. What happened here can happen again. You already proved it. What you did in Ashton, the silo there.
That's bull. I didn't do anything besides things I've done in the Mojave Wasteland, Sierra Madre, Casino, Utah, and Big Mountain. That's it. Those are the only locations I've ever gone to throughout the entire time I've been playing, not just this game, but through this playthrough as well. So these accusations hold little water. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the writers were trying to expect me to feel or think, for that matter. He's accusing me of doing something that there's no evidence of me as the player and as the courier doing, right? There's no evidence of such things besides, you know, everything that exists in the divide on the Lonesome Road. But he expects me to just take his word for it. So, like I said, I just call bull on this guy's accusations.
Didn't stop you though. Like carrying the chip to Vegas. Old world death in your hand. Pieces of the old world like that just need someone careless enough to take them where they need to go to do their killing.
Yeah, no kidding. Literally, I was just doing my job as the courier, right? I just deliver packages. It's not my responsibility as a courier to know what the package contains or what kind of effects it would have on others. It's like blaming the mailman for essentially delivering junk mail to a neighborhood. Like, what? It's their job. That's what they get paid for. And they're not going to care whether or not you want the junk mail, whether or not you want the ads and the brochures and the catalogs. Literally, they just deliver them. That's it. Just doing my job, man. And he, being a courier himself, should know this.
All these roads that you walked, these packages that you carried, think it wasn't your choice? Of course, it was your choice. You could have stayed in the Mojave, but you chose to come. Couldn't let be. Not in you to let go. Came for no other reason than you were curious, restless, always have been. Had to know the why of it. Now, I'll show you.
Always have been. Always has been.
Want to hear the answer of it? Not just history's answer. Your answer for what happened here. Accident. Ignorance is a choice. The chip, a choice. As for anger, it is what I carry for the dead and all that come here.
So let me get this straight, right? Just like with the platinum chip for Mr. House, literally this detonator that was in the package that Courier 6, the courier we're playing as, and delivered to this area, right? This, location that once was a community. The courier, just like the platinum chip, had no idea what that item, that object they were delivering did, what purpose it served, or why they were delivering it, other than that they just got paid to do so. Let me think about this, right? So let's say there are no player choices involved with the end of the main quest line in the vanilla game, and literally the courier never got shot by Benny, never had the platinum chip stolen, and delivered it to Mr. House. Mr. House would then complete his plan, use the platinum chip to upgrade his Securitrons, and not only take over Hoover Dam, but also all of New Vegas and the Mojave Wasteland. If such events happened, would it be reasonable for everyone else to blame the courier through their ignorance of what the platinum chip was and what purpose it served, and the effects it could have on other factions such as the NCR, the Legion, the Brotherhood of Steel, and so on? Would it be reasonable to blame the courier for doing so? No, right? I don't think so. They were literally just doing their job. And on top of that, they didn't know what the platinum chip was, what purpose it served, or the effects it would have. Yet I could see the timeline where everyone would blame the courier for essentially Mr. House winning. Technically speaking, yes, courier did cause the divide to be what it is now. And yes, the courier would technically be responsible for Mr. House getting what he wants. But literally anyone, as long as they were just as ignorant as Courier 6, anyone would make the same mistake. Anyone would cause the same events to happen. I don't know, man. If not Courier 6, another courier, another person, literally be anyone that could have caused this. feel like you shouldn't be angry at the courier. You should be angry at the NCR for causing such a detonator to exist in the first place, as well as giving the courier the ability to set off the silos and the warheads. Just as well, Mr. House should be blamed for creating the platinum chip in the first place. Or maybe not creating it, but for essentially having the means of making use of it. Anyways, I'm dragging this out, but it's essentially a debate worth having. Is it really Courier 6's fault for the events that led up to the divide? Me, I don't think so.
The soldiers of the bear, they were dead already. Their symbol, diseased, deserved to die as my brothers did at Boulder City. Mines, bombs. I carry nothing for them. Their deaths here were a mercy compared to the ones that still walk the divide. As for my brothers in the Legion, they deserved to die in battle, as do all beneath the flag of the bull. But no, the dead number more than my brothers. My family, my tribe lives. Its history died long ago, fell under the shadow of the bull, consumed by another symbol. No, this isn't about family or any common blood. It's blood shared by acts, not by chance. The supply line, the artery for the West. I have seen the blood of NCR at Legion hands many times. I carry no hatred for duty, if that's what this was. The divide was more than that. Its people more than that. The community that was once here, and the package you brought, both had markings of the divide, markings of America. You've seen the marks, the symbol, as early as the Hopeville silo, maybe. Carried it etched on your weapons. The divide, its buildings, its people, were built around those same markings. Surrounded them here. Markings like the flag on my back when I followed a Euro road to the divide those years ago. I saw the symbol I wore all around me. An old world symbol, strong to survive here. Its people strong. Outlast the bear, outlast the bull. Promise of something better. Kaiser was right to want it dead. NCR was right to want to rake their claws in it. Seeing it changed me. Just as seeing Hoover Dam changed Kaiser and the NCR. Seeing it end changed me too. There was hope here, another chance, a new nation stirring to life, a place I could have set my flag. Not the America of old, but something larger than the tribes of the East, something larger than the houses of the West, something better. The divide could have bridged both, like Hoover Dam. Now, like the dam, it's too covered in blood to see what it could have been. You gave life to this place. I followed your road here, saw the divide. You led me here so that I could see. Then, you brought it to an end.
So basically, he's upset that I destroyed an opportunity for, I wouldn't say the States, you know, America, but for people in the wasteland to build themselves a better future. A place worth living in, so to speak. That's it.
My history isn't revenge or hate. The road that brought us both here isn't about that. It's about the message you carried, the one in that package, whether you knew it or not. The message that one can kill a nation, can kill a symbol, and all that gather beneath its flag. I don't blame you for the divide. I blame you for what you made me see. Now you will see what you brought to the Mojave, and that will be my message to you.
Yeah, technically speaking, Carrier 6 did bring the detonator and caused the divide to be what it is now, but not intentionally. So, I can't really argue with that last bit.
The nations of the Mojave, cracked and broken as the divide, its people the same. I have walked at Caesar's command across the east into the west, far enough to know Caesar's word did not drive me, far enough to see the end. You've seen it. No courier, whatever their flag, can ignore it. Why you didn't stay in the west, why you wondered. There's no future in the bear or bull. The bear is diseased, barely clings to life. And the bull, when the legion reaches the sea, it will turn on itself and die. Killing one will end both, and you made me see how one could do it. Your ignorance, carelessness, can be used with a purpose. Really? Who's to say the truth of it? You? No. You walked from this, turned your back on it. Now you and others will answer for it. I'll start with the west. Let that burn. Then, if the east falters after, I'll bring the divide there as well. Burn away the flags. Begin again. Your road's not done. Haven't walked it full yet. Not nearly enough. The way ahead and below leads to the heart of the divide. And there, you and I, we'll have an ending to things. Already heard you once, long ago and loud enough for history to hear. Tired of your messages. Still, drove you this far. Let's see what else it can do. Caesar's orders. Sometime before I realized the why of it. Wasn't just you. All couriers. No telling how many were Legion. Maybe all of them. Wasn't sure about you until the Divide. All the NCR burning. That much death. It bears the mark of a Legion hand. But you killed like NCR, like Hanlon, with mines, bombs, missiles, killed Legion along with the bear, like a coward kills from a distance. If you were Legion, then NCR beat you. The West changed you. I know that now. Doesn't change what was done. The Legion who died here. Even if you were Legion, you would answer for those deaths by Caesar's law. I knew of you, your name, your road to and from the Divide, what that meant for the Legion. We never spoke. Knew you through your actions. Knew you'd walked the West as I'd walked the East. Learned different lessons. And I would never have discovered the Divide without you. You scavenge words. Things I have no need of. No history there worth recounting. Scour the Divide, claw at it for meaning, but my words will give you no answer. They won't help you understand what happened here, and they won't help you understand me. Keep them, listen, study them. They won't help you here in the Divide. As I said before, it's of no consequence. Never intended you to find them. Never intended you to hear them. Questions in those tapes I still haven't found answers to. You won't be the one to give them. Maybe not. Who's to say? You, perhaps, found them. Heard them after I cast them aside. Maybe there was purpose in that. If they matter, if history matters, we'll see at the end of the road. You've seen the Divide, walked it, farther than I thought you would. Not sure how much farther you have in you. If you need answers, speak. You've earned them. Even if only you and I can carry them from here. You know what it was. Had symbols of America on it. New markings. From after the Great War. Thought it might be America come again. Promise of another future. Another flag. It was a piece of machinery, military, holding memories, codes maybe. When it woke, made these sounds, words. When it spoke, the Divide became fire. The ground tore apart like the skies. Through it all, kept calling out, maybe calling for home. Buried in the Divide, part of it now. Wherever it is, it's been silent. If it spoke again, we'd know. Machine couldn't speak by itself. Needed a terminal to access it. Like the terminals in the silos here. Or the machine with you. When it was connected, it started speaking. And the divide answered. If I have the answers, you've earned them. At the end of the divide, through the trenches and wreckage, that's where you'll find me. My new home, here, amongst dead men. You and that machine. Keep your eyes on the tower that cuts the horizon. You'll find your way. Made it this far. Not much farther to go.
Whew, man. A lot of dialogue. But anyways, I've hit the hour mark, so that I'm also getting hungry, so I want to eat. And if there's enough time left in the morning, I'll do another stream. But I'm glad I did this. And I am slowly starting to feel better. Thankfully, I'm not sick with something like pneumonia. Just mostly headaches and dizziness, sore throat. But yeah, that's gonna have to be it. I'm gonna eat, and again, if there's enough time, I'll do another stream. But for now, I'm just gonna end the stream. So peace.